Hi, this is Nancy. Today I want to talk with you about multiple offers on your listing. Another video we'll talk about multiple offers when you're competing with other buyers agents. Right now you've got the listing and you're getting multiple offers coming in on it. Step number one is going to be to talk to the agents that are writing the multiple offers. Let them know they're in a multiple offer situation, and we call in the industry we call that bring your highest and best. Let them know that they're in a multiple offer situation. Make sure that the contract they've given you is their highest and best, or do they need a little bit of time to go back and get the highest and best. So you may have to extend the acceptance time on your multiple offers for 24 hours to allow everybody to get in and allow you the time to go over it with the seller. Because a lot of times people will write very short acceptance periods in this market. So that's not going to work on a multiple offer situation. You gather the offers, gather as much information from the other agents as you can about the buyers. Make sure they've already made deposits if it says that on the contract, because some agents have written where either it's within 3 days of acceptance, or they say there's a deposit and they really haven't gotten the deposit. That's not good. Make sure that you have a true pre-approval letter, or if it's cash, proof of funds, of course. Those types of things. And I would say that if you're in a multiple offer situation and somebody comes through with what we call an incomplete contract, which is not having the proper form signed, not having a home mortgage approval, and also the deposit's not in, that's not very good for the seller. So what you don't want to do is lose the other offers if this one's not real. So you kind of have to flush things out by asking the other agents a few questions. All right, then you're sitting with the seller. It's ultimately their decision, right? It's not ours. There might be another reason besides price that they want to take a lower offer. It may be allowing them enough time to move. That's what the most common thing that I've seen has been. But most of the time, the seller wants the highest amount of money in the shortest period of time with the least amount of contingencies on their contract. So, additional deposit, is that going to be part of it? What can your seller counter back with besides higher price? He can counter back with additional deposit. If the people are paying cash anyway, it shouldn't be a problem. If they're putting 20% down or more, it shouldn't be a problem to put additional deposit down after the inspection period. Your buyer's agent should be writing the shortest inspection period they possibly can to compete with the offer. So keep that in mind when you're looking. If they take a full 15 days for an inspection period, those other buyers have probably already gone and bought something else. The inspection period doesn't work out, the buyer backs out, you've lost 2 other offers. That's not good either. We see that happen a lot. I see houses go under contract right away. 2 weeks later, they're back on the market. And then you have to gather buyers again. So we want to prevent that if at all possible. In Florida, we have an as-is contract and a Florida bar contract. If you're in a multiple offer situation and you're looking at both contracts and one's an as-is and the other one is a Florida bar contract, here's the issue that you could come across. That buyer who put the largest deposit down, if he's on an as-is, can get every bit of that money back during that inspection period if he doesn't like the house. And some buyers know this, and they'll put houses on hold or layaway with a nice fat deposit, and on the 14th day they back out. Not cool, but it does happen. So make sure that you have a short inspection period. I would say, Mr. Seller, this is a Florida bar contract. It allows you to fix the things that are wrong with the house up into a certain percentage of the house. It's usually 1.5%. Maybe we should take this one, because these people could walk, even though they have a $10,000 deposit, they could walk anytime during the first 15 days or 10 days or whatever the inspection period is. So look at both contracts very closely. The approval letter, make sure it's dated very recently, because things change there too. You want a current date on that approval letter, like the day before. And not all approval letters are going to work either, but most of them do. But sometimes we get, yeah, they were approved. Well, what happened? Something else happened and they weren't approved. So cash is always king. Okay, it is. That's the truth. So if you have cash contracts, that's good. But if it's a cash as is, maybe not so good. Just keep that in mind. Ultimately, the seller's going to decide which offer he wants to take. And it may not be the highest price. It might be because he was home when the buyer walked through and he likes the buyer and wants to sell him that house. It's the prerogative of the seller. You just show them within the confines of the contract the pros and cons of each one. Maybe he wants to see an attorney, maybe not, but at some point the seller is going to decide which contract to take, not us. We can only show them the biggest points in the contract, and we're not attorneys. We're just agents. All right. So, but if one contract stands out like this wins the prize, the seller could accept it or he could counter it because he's in a multiple offer situation. So you could do that and maybe inch that buyer up a little bit more. That happens too. So very quickly, as soon as you can, verify with all the other agents who brought the offers in which one was accepted and which one was not. You might have a buyer willing to wait a short period of time in a backup position during the inspection period. We've seen a lot of that recently. So you can do a backup offer. That's perfectly all right. That way, if one falls out, the other one can take first place. We would recommend that actually in this market. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I'm also going to do a video on when you're competing with multiple offers when you're on the buyer side, which can be also very harrowing and scary. So good luck to you. Let me know if I can help you in any way. My name is Nancy Dykman, and my email address is nancydykman@gmail.com. I'll put it below for you. Call me if I can help you in any way. Thanks so much for listening.